What's up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Broncos' 24-12 win over the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football in Week 3 of the 2015 NFL season. Starting with the offensive side of the ball for the Broncos here in this game and how they did, starting with the good things we did. We had 354 total yards of offense here in this game against Detroit. You like seeing that. We had 313 passing yards alone here against the Lions defense. I thought we did a great job of really taking some shots down the field, taking some risks, which we haven't really done offensively in the first two games, and really kind of exploiting, I'd say, a young, inexperienced, and just fairly mediocre Lions secondary in this game. Peyton Manning played great, and I just thought we did a good job again of taking more risks, taking more shots down the field here against the Lions with our offense, and then again just did a great job of pushing the ball down the field vertically and making some plays through the air. Our offensive line, I thought, probably played their best game of the year so far. I thought they definitely showed some improvement in the run blocking, but I was really impressed with them in the pass protection here. I thought our offensive line did a great job of keeping Peyton Manning upright and clean in this game. Only gave up one sack to the Detroit Lions defense here in this game. It said that they had 8 quarterback hits, but I find that very hard to believe that Peyton Manning got hit 8 times in this game. If you watch the game, it seemed like he was again upright for most of it and really didn't take any serious damage and serious hits, which again is kind of a far cry from the first 2 games. So you like seeing that. You like that the offensive line is starting to show some growth and improvement. And again, I thought they were great in the pass protection here against the Lions, and I thought our blitz pickup was much better here as well. I thought our running backs, Ronnie Hillman, C.J. Anderson, those guys did a great job of picking up the blitzer, not letting Peyton Manning just get destroyed because someone missed the blitzer. That was kind of a problem in the first 2 games, is we had poor blitz pickup. That wasn't the case here against the Lions. And I thought Tyson Brilo really anchored our offensive line here in this game. I know he's a rookie, and I know probably going into this season people thought he might have been one of the weaker spots in our offensive line. But to be totally honest with you, through these first 3 games, I think Tyson Brilo has been the best offensive lineman for us, and I thought he had probably his best game of the year and season so far here against Detroit. I thought he did a hell of a job against Ezekiel Ansah, beat him with power, beat him with technique, did a great job on a couple plays of just kind of pushing Ansah so far outside that he would just run past Peyton Manning and kind of overrun the play. I thought Tyson Brilo did a great job there. Peyton Manning, I thought, did a great job of distributing the ball here against the Lions secondary. We had 4 wide receivers in this game with at least 4 catches or more, so you like seeing that. And Benny Fowler had a heck of a game here for us against the Lions. He finished with 4 catches and 50 yards. Obviously, he had that huge play against Kansas City where he forced the fumble on the punt return, and then to see him come back and have a game like this offensively, you like seeing that. Benny Fowler starting to show some growth, and I thought he played really well, made a really nice play on a screen pass from Peyton Manning, was able to get a few nice yards after the catch, and also made some really great tough physical catches over the middle. Took some hits, but really wasn't afraid at all to go over the middle and again make some tough grabs. Was really impressed with Benny Fowler, and again, great job of Manning of spreading the wealth, so to say, offensively here against Detroit. Manning was obviously phenomenal here in this game against Detroit. He goes 31 of 42 here against the Lions defense for 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also threw an interception, which was off a tipped pass by Haloti Ngata. Great play there by Haloti Ngata to tip that pass and again force a turnover for the Lions defense. But I definitely thought this was probably the best performance Peyton Manning has had so far this year. I thought this was a great job from a coaching standpoint by Gary Kubiak and our offensive staff of kind of swallowing their pride a little bit, so to say, and making some adjustments to allow Peyton to be more comfortable within the offense and allow him to be in the best position to succeed and make plays, because you saw him take really no snaps under center. You saw the Broncos utilize the pistol formation more in this game, and again, more of the hurry up, no huddle offense, more snaps out of shotgun for Peyton, and it definitely paid off for us here in this game against Detroit. Again, Peyton didn't take many snaps under center, and he was great, man. I thought he did a great job of making some good, tough throws under pressure. I thought he did a great job in this game stepping up into the pocket and again driving the ball down the field. I thought we did a good job of putting Peyton in a position to make some quick throws, get him into a rhythm. I thought you saw the Broncos from a play calling standpoint. I thought Gary Kubiak, Rick Dennison did a great job here in this game. Again, allowing Peyton to make a lot of quick rhythm type throws to get him into that kind of flow of the offense early on in this game. And we had a lot of success with screen passes here in this game to Benny Fowler to DT. Again, I thought our offensive lineman, Tyson Brilo, even Evan Mathis did a great job of getting out there and blocking out in space. And again, I thought Peyton Manning really did a great job of driving the ball down the field. He had some beautiful deep throws here in this game. He had an early throw in the first quarter. I think it was on 3rd and 13 under pressure, was able to step up, get to the outside of the pocket, and just threw a dart. Again, I think it was to Emmanuel Sanders. And then he also had another dart of a throw to Emmanuel Sanders on 2nd and 21. I believe it was in the third quarters on a deep out. Just a absolute beautiful ball thrown by Peyton Manning. The catch was overruled, which was idiotic to me, but just a great throw there by Peyton Manning. And all the questions about him not being able to drive the ball and this, that, and the other, he sure shut up a lot of people here in this game. And then, of course, how can you not talk about the two huge throws down the field that he had to Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. Of course, the huge touchdown right before halftime, 45-yard bomb to DT on Darius Slay. Just a great throw by Peyton Manning to put the ball in a position to where only DT was going to get it. DT, great job elevating for that catch and getting it over Darius Slay and scoring the touchdown. And then there in the fourth quarter, just another beautiful ball thrown by Peyton Manning to Emmanuel Sanders, 34-yard catch and throw here from Manning to Sanders in the fourth quarter. It was a great catch by Emmanuel Sanders. It did a great job. Once again, it was on Darius Slay, cornerback for Detroit, just kind of grabbing the ball from him and doing a great job of fighting for the catch and kind of out-muscling the catch from Slay. The touchdown, second touchdown throw, he had to Owen Daniels to seal the game. Again, beautiful ball. Did a good job of stepping out to the right side of the pocket, and then again put it right on Daniels, only where he could catch it. So I thought this was a great game by Peyton Manning. Great job by our coaching staff of making some adjustments offensively, and it definitely paid off for us here in this game against the Lions. And lastly, our dynamic duo, so to say, at the wide receiver position, Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders. Again, both of them performed fairly well in this game. DT goes for 9 catches, 92 yards and a touchdown. Of course, I already talked about the 45-yard touchdown he had from Peyton. I thought he had way too many drops in this game. Demaryius probably had 4, 5, maybe 6 drops in this game on catches that he easily makes routine catches for him. So that was a little frustrating to see. But I thought Demaryius, again, great job of elevating on the touchdown catch over Darius Slay to grab that ball and secure it for a touchdown. I thought he also did a good job of making some plays in the open field off those little screen passes, so you like seeing that. But again, the drops are really frustrating, at least for me in this game with DT. And then Emmanuel Sanders, once again, was solid. 6 catches, 87 yards, pretty routine game for Emmanuel Sanders. Made some big catches on third down once again for us. Did a great job of sending him over the middle on some short routes, attacking the Lions underneath with him. So once again, great job by them. And all in all, I'd say a pretty damn solid performance by our offense. Again, huge touchdown to end the half, and then the huge 34-yard bomb by Peyton there in the fourth quarter to set up the touchdown to Owen Daniels. Just a great job once again by our offense, delivering when it mattered most. Now looking at some of the bad things we did offensively, once again we struggled to run the ball. That's definitely been kind of a reoccurring theme so far this season. We had only 41 rushing yards here in this game on 19 carries. We only averaged 2.2 yards per carry on those 19 carries as a team. So to me, the constant problem, I guess, or the big hole I see in the Broncos running game is at center, and it's Matt Paradis. And I like Matt Paradis, and I know the Broncos are high on him. He's a tough guy. He's a great character guy, but he's just not strong enough to anchor our offensive line at the center position, and that's why Max Garcia, who's much bigger, much stouter at the point of attack, just a much better run blocker, more physical, I think would definitely help cure some of those woes here. But still, that our offensive line did show some improvement in the run block. But again, Matt Paradis is just, I don't think, the caliber of center that you need in the NFL if you want to be a good running team. I don't think he's a very quality starting center, personally. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's a guy that can anchor your offensive line in the run game, and he's definitely showed that. And I think a lot of it falls on our running backs as well. No one wants to put the blame on C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman, but let's be real. What you're seeing right now is that the Broncos have a huge hole at the running back position. Both these guys, because of the lack of blocking they're getting up front, and this is primarily C.J. Anderson, so I don't want to kind of make Ronnie Hillman guilty by association, but it's a problem with both, but the main problem you're seeing right here is C.J. Anderson, because he doesn't have a lot of blocks up front. He's kind of being forced to create plays for himself, and again, he just doesn't really have the vision or the elite burst that you need at the running back position to create those plays. Again, last year he had a lot of success because he was able to make some physical big runs in between the tackles, and he's kind of being forced to create plays for himself because of the lack of blocking he's getting up front, and you're kind of seeing his lack of burst and vision be exposed. So I think a lot of it has to do with our interior offensive line, primarily Matthew Paradis, but I think also it comes back to just the Broncos have a hole to fill at running back, and you're seeing that we have two guys that lack that elite vision, and at least C.J. Anderson's case, a back that really lacks that elite burst to be able to still create plays for themselves and make up for, I guess, a somewhat subpar offensive line, so to say. And we were pretty poor on third down as well in this game. We go 4-12 on third down conversions. Got to clean that up. Got to sustain drives better. But all in all, I'd say a real solid outing for our offense. Again, the offensive line I thought played much better in this game, and again, we did a great job of taking more shots down the field. Looking at the defensive side of the ball for the Broncos, starting with some of the good things we did there. Once again, got to talk about the pass rush. We did a great job of pressuring the quarterback once again here against the Lions and Matt Stafford. We had 4 sacks here in this game and 9 quarterback hits on Matt Stafford. DeMarcus Ware, once again, he just looks like he's been able to reverse the clock a few years. I mean, the guy looks like he's 28 right now. He's just been playing so well through these first 3 games. He had 1.5 sacks here in this game against Detroit, 3 quarterback hits by himself. He just really set the tone right off the bat for us in the first quarter. He had the sack. I think it was on the Lions' first drive. He had a kind of just a free run sack on Matt Stafford, whatever. I think that their left tackle or their tight end just completely let him have a free run to Stafford, and he was able to sack him, and that kind of set the tone there. And again, DeMarcus Ware has just been phenomenal. He's in great shape. It's really a testament to the work he did this offseason, the way he's playing right now. Again, has really kind of reversed the clock. Guy looks like he's, again, 28 again, in the prime of his career. Shaq Barrett, I also thought did a great job there in the fourth quarter to sack Matt Stafford, get to him, force the fumble. That was huge for us. And our interior pass rush was huge in this game because Von Miller, the Lions, I thought did a good job at least keeping him in check, but our interior pass rush was great here in this game. Malik Jackson was phenomenal. Sylvester Williams was phenomenal in this game of pushing that pocket, really kind of getting in Matt Stafford's face and kind of getting into his vision for throwing lanes, and again pushing that pocket interiorly so we could have a guy like DeMarcus Ware coming from the outside able to clean it up there. So while DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller will get a lot of the credit once again for our ability to get to the quarterback, I think in this game you really got to give our defensive line and again our interior pass rush a ton of credit. I thought Malik Jackson was just a disruptive force in this game, and again Vance Walker, Sylvester Williams, those guys did a great job of pushing that pocket up front. We forced 3 turnovers here against Detroit. The first one was a beautiful interception by Bradley Roby in the first quarter, just stretching out and making an incredible catch on the interception. Did a great job as well of reading Matthew Stafford's eyes on that play. And then of course in the fourth quarter you get Shaq Barrett forcing the fumble on the sack, which was huge. And then David Bruton did a great job of tipping one of Stafford's passes and then intercepting that same pass with one hand. Just a great job once again of our defense of capitalizing on opportunities. Again, we're the most opportunistic, in my opinion, defense in the NFL. We're the best defense in the NFL. We've proved it through these first 3 games. I said it going into this season. People were sleeping on the talent we have defensively, and we just keep showing it game in and game out. Again, just a great job of our defense of coming through in the clutch when we needed to play. They made it, and again, it just comes back to us just being so opportunistic as a group defensively. We were great on third downs. The Lions also only went 4-12 on their third down conversions here. I thought our defense once again did a great job of putting the Lions in multiple third and long situations. You like seeing that. The Lions in this game were in a lot of 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20 type situations, so that obviously helped us a lot in terms of our third down defense. And our rushing defense was phenomenal. You hold Detroit to only 28 rushing yards here in this game on 19 attempts. They only averaged 1.5 yards per carry as a team, which is just ridiculous. Again, our defensive line was phenomenal in this game. I talked about our interior pass rush being the big reason we were able to get to Stafford so much in this game, but our interior defensive line was also a reason we were able to stop the run here against the Lions offense. Malik Jackson, like I said, was just a disruptive force in this game all game long. Did a great job of getting into the Lions' backfield. Did a great job of fighting through a lot of trash, making some plays. He was just kind of all over the place. Was a disruptive force in this game, and he was blowing up screenplays left and right as well. Did a great job of reading some screenplays as well by the Lions and saving some potential big plays for us defensively. Vance Walker was a monster in the middle, and then Sylvester Williams also, I thought, had a few good series in this game. So definitely credit to those guys up front for just kind of manhandling Detroit's offensive line here in this game, and once again, just a brilliant performance by the Broncos defense. And lastly, just talking about some of the bad things we did here defensively in this game. Once again, penalties have been a huge problem for our defense so far. Through these first 3 games, we have 9 penalties in this game for 94 yards. A lot of those came on the defensive side of the football, and a few of the big penalties we had in this game defensively, whether it was roughing the passer or unnecessary roughness, which has obviously been a big problem for us defensively. We've been a little chippy, so to say, in these first 3 games. Is those big penalties set up both of Detroit's touchdowns in this game. Detroit should have had 0 points, to be totally honest with you. Again, they got set up with great field position off. Again, a few roughing the passer penalties, a few unnecessary roughness penalties, so you got to clean that up. 9 penalties, 94 yards. That's pathetic, and honestly, the lack of discipline that's been shown by this defensive group in terms of the offside penalties, the roughing the passer penalties, and the unnecessary roughness penalties has been quite pathetic and quite embarrassing. That needs to pick up, because we're way better defensively than that. You can't give teams free yards, and again, in this case, you gave Detroit 12 free points, because at least in my opinion, both their touchdowns were set up because of those penalties we had defensively. That's my recap, guys. I've rambled on long enough. Thanks for sticking with me. Leave me a comment below. What did you think of this game between the Broncos and Lions? What did you think of the Broncos' performances, not only offensively and defensively, but individually? What players stick out to you? As I mentioned this game, I thought Tyson Brilo, Malik Jackson, Peyton Manning, I thought all of them really played well. So leave me a comment below, guys. Appreciate the support as always. I'll see you guys after the Viking game, excuse me. And yeah, just great to be a Broncos fan right now. 3-0. Hopefully we can keep it rolling this Sunday. And as always, go Broncos. Look forward to taking on the Vikings come Sunday.